Module 1. Introduction and the Fundamentals. Voice modulation is more than just sounding nice. It is the strategic process of altering your tone, pitch, speed, and volume to convey emotion, emphasize key points, and keep your audience captivated. It is, quite simply, the music of your message. Professional speakers, actors, and singers don't leave their voice to chance. They use modulation as a toolkit to add depth and expression. By the end of this session, you'll discover how to use these techniques to enhance your public speaking, improve your stage presence, and communicate with unwavering confidence. Why it matters: the 3 V's rule. Why focus so much on the voice? Consider the 3 V's of communication. Research suggests that when we communicate feelings and attitudes, only about 7% of the impact comes from the actual words or verbal. A massive 38% comes from the tone and music or vocal, and 55% from body language or visual. Your voice modulation covers that crucial 38% and heavily influences the 55% of how you're perceived. Your voice is the primary vehicle for your credibility.
Pre-work. Understanding your natural voice. Before we modulate, we must know our baseline. Our first crucial tip is the recording test. Find a quiet space and record yourself reading a neutral paragraph for just 1 minute. Listen back. What is your natural pitch? Is your pace consistent? Do you breathe from your chest or your diaphragm? Be honest. This honest feedback is your starting point, your control group for improvement. The physical foundation is breath control. The engine of your voice is your breath. You can have the best words, but if your breath is shallow and weak, your voice will sound strained, thin, or easily run out of steam. Poor breath control leads to a weak, nasal, or high-pitched voice. The key is diaphragmatic breathing, also called belly breathing. When you inhale, your stomach should expand, not your chest. Your diaphragm is a muscle that allows you to take deeper breaths, giving you more stamina and projection. Practical exercise. The count-up exercise. Inhale deeply for a count of 4, feeling your abdomen expand. Exhale slowly on an S sound for a count of 4. Next, try 6 seconds, then 8. Build up to 15 seconds. This simple routine builds the physical stamina required for powerful, controlled speech.
Module 2. The Core Elements, PTSV. Effective voice modulation relies on mastering 4 interconnected elements: pitch, tone, speed, and volume. Element 1. Pitch, high or low. Pitch refers to the frequency of your voice, how high or low it sounds. Changing your pitch can instantly convey emotions or emphasize important points. A higher pitch naturally conveys excitement, surprise, nervousness, or questioning. A lower pitch suggests authority, seriousness, calm, and finality. Tip 2. The inflection hook. Inflection is the movement of your pitch. Use a rising pitch, upward inflection at the end of a sentence when you are asking a question or suggesting continuity. Use a falling pitch, downward inflection when making a statement or signaling a conclusion, which conveys certainty. Exercise. Practice saying the sentence, "She is leaving now." Say it 5 times, changing the pitch emphasis on a different word each time to see how the meaning shifts. Example, she is leaving now, not him. Element 2. Tone, attitude or color. While pitch is the note, Tone is the color reflecting your underlying attitude. This is often the most significant factor in how your message is received. A warm and friendly tone builds rapport and engages your audience. A cold or harsh tone creates distance and might push them away, no matter how good your content is.
Tip 3. The emotional mirror. Before you utter a word, mentally assign a dominant emotion like sincere enthusiasm, calm concern, or determined seriousness. Let that emotion resonate in your chest and throat first. Your tone will follow the feeling. Exercise. Say good morning using 4 distinct tones. A. Happy. B. Tired. C. Annoyed. And D. Seductive. Notice how your facial muscles, posture, and even your breathing shift with each change in tone. Element 3. Speed or pace. Tempo. Pace is how quickly or slowly you deliver words. Speaking too quickly can lead to misunderstandings, while a deliberate pace can help your audience absorb complex information. A fast pace creates urgency, narrative excitement, or builds tension. A slow pace is reserved for emphasis, gravity, and maximum clarity. Tip 4. The rule of 3 speeds. Never maintain one pace. Use a normal conversational speed, accelerate slightly to move through details or build excitement, and then dramatically slow down for your most important takeaway point. Varying your speed is key to creating interest and maintaining attention. Element 4. Volume or projection. Loud, soft. Volume is the power of your sound. Adjusting your volume can highlight key points or create dramatic effects. High volume is used for command, passion, or when overcoming background noise. Use sparingly. Low volume creates intimacy, seriousness, and the desirable lean-in effect. Tip 5. The contrast effect. Do not shout to emphasize. Whisper. A sudden, well-placed drop in volume forces the audience's attention far more effectively than a sudden increase, drawing them in to your secret. Exercise. Start a sentence loudly, projecting across the room, and gradually drop to a near whisper by the end. The secret to their incredible success was paying attention to the smallest details. Module 3. Advanced Techniques and Articulation. Advanced Technique 1. The Strategic Pause. The most underutilized and powerful tool in modulation is silence. The pause is a modulation technique itself. Types of pauses. 1. The rhythmic pause. Short pauses between clauses for clarity and natural breathing. 2. The dramatic pause. A longer pause taken just before a key reveal, a punchline, or a call to action. It builds tension. 3. The thought pause. A deliberate pause taken after asking a profound question to allow the audience to reflect. Tip 6. Pause to breathe. Pause to think. Never fill your pauses with ah, or like. Use silence. If you need to stall, count 1,000 in your head during a dramatic pause. It often feels longer to you than it does to the audience.
Advanced Technique 2. Text painting, word emphasis. This is about using modulation to literally paint the picture of the words you are saying. Your voice should mirror the meaning. Say the word huge with a big, drawn-out, resonant sound. Say tiny with a small, quick, high-pitched sound. Say slowly by drawing out the syllables. Tip 7. The contrast highlight. When saying two opposing ideas, maximize the modulation contrast. For example, we need to move fast, quick, higher pitch to deal with this massive, low, resonant pitch problem. Exercise. Read a list of simple adjectives using your voice to physically embody each one. Swift, heavy, light, dark, sharp, smooth. The role of resonance, the voice box. Resonance is the quality of your sound. A resonant voice sounds richer, warmer, and more authoritative. It's what gives a voice presence. Tip 8. Open your throat. Your voice uses natural resonators, your throat, mouth, and nasal cavity. Yawning is the simplest way to open these resonators. Think of your voice as originating from your chest or the mask of your face, the upper cheeks, for a deeper, fuller projection, not just your throat. Exercise. The hum. Hum at a low, comfortable pitch and feel the vibration in your chest and face. This strengthens the natural depth of your voice. Gradually increase volume without changing pitch. Articulation and diction. Modulation is useless if the words are muddled. Diction is the clarity of your speech, the precise formation of consonants and vowels. Tip 9. Exaggerate to calibrate. Practice over-articulating words, especially focusing on hard consonants like T, K, P, and D. This intentional exaggeration in private practice helps ensure crisp delivery in public. Exercise. Tongue twisters. Start slowly, enunciating every syllable. Then speed up. For example, Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Focus on cleanly separating each word and sound.
Module 4. Application and context. Mastery means applying these techniques purposefully in different settings. Application 1. Public speaking and presentations. Your voice is your stage presence. The rule for the stage is maximize variation. The bigger the audience, the more deliberate your pitch, pace, and volume shifts must be. Use a slower pace for transitions, louder volume to project authority, and the dramatic pause before your key message or call to action. Remember, an audience expects energy and variation. A speaker who masters this appears confident and naturally engaging. Application 2. Conversational and professional settings. In a meeting, modulation is subtle but incredibly powerful. Tip 10. The leadership voice. When offering an opinion or leading a discussion, use a slightly lower, more resonant pitch and a slower, measured pace. This conveys confidence, stability, and control, signaling that what you are saying is important. For customer service or negotiation, prioritize a warmer, empathetic tone with moderate volume to build trust. Application 3. Remote communication, phone or video. When visual cues are limited, your voice is everything. Tip 11. Over-modulate slightly. Microphones and video compression tend to flatten your voice and reduce its dynamic range. You need to exaggerate your pitch and tone shifts slightly so they register naturally on the other end. Be mindful of micro-pauses. On a conference call, a short pause can sound like a technical glitch. Be quick to signal a turn or acknowledgement with "got it" or "yes." Putting it together, the PTSV framework in action. Let's combine everything. Imagine you need to read the sentence, "We have secured the funding, but the timeline is tight." Modulation goal, serious confidence and realism. Pitch, start slightly higher, excitement or relief on "we have secured the funding," then drop to low and resonant for the second half. Tone, determined and professional. Speed, quick pace on the good news, then a deliberate slower pace on "the timeline is tight." Volume, strong, confident volume, then a slightly lower volume for the second clause to create gravity. Practice this integrated, purposeful approach until it becomes second nature. Module 5. Practice pitfalls and next steps. Common pitfalls to avoid. Even professionals make mistakes. Be aware of these common traps. 1. The monotone trap. Zero variation in pitch, tone and volume. This guarantees an audience that is bored or struggling to stay awake. 2. Voice fry or uptalk. Voice fry is a low crackling sound that happens when you don't use enough air. Uptalk is ending a statement on a rising pitch, which makes it sound like a question and destroys authority. 3. Forced voice. Trying to use a pitch or volume that is not natural to you. This leads to vocal strain, inauthenticity, and a voice that sounds fake. Tip 12. Listen to yourself again. Self-correction starts with honest feedback. Record yourself regularly. This is how you spot and eliminate bad habits. The long-term practice plan. Mastery takes time and discipline. Daily drill. Spend 5 minutes on diaphragmatic breathing and 5 minutes on tongue twisters and articulation exercises. Weekly drill. Read a favorite story, book or script aloud. Deliberately focus on changing one element each week. For example, only change the pitch this week or only focus on the pause next week. Monthly drill. Present to a friend, colleague or a mirror and ask for specific feedback on your pace, emphasis and tone. You now have the comprehensive tools to transform your voice. Remember the 4 pillars: pitch, tone, speed and volume. The engine is your breath, the spice is the pause, and the goal is always clarity and connection. Go practice. Your voice is ready to take your communication skills to the next level. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more helpful tips.